9 seconds. Well, good morning, coffee mates, Facebook, and all the world. Today, I'm going to take your questions if you have any. If you don't, I'm going to tell you really bad jokes. So it might behoove you to come up with some questions. I had a couple yesterday that I'm going to start with because yesterday's show was such a mess. I have to apologize. There's not really a whole lot I can do about it. I do have. Good morning, Zig. We were worried about you. I do, however, have my internet through my phone. It's going to kill my minutes, but man, I really want to get this done. I will take tomorrow off, so maybe in the next couple of days I can figure out a way to get it together. So if you have any questions, just pop them up and we'll take them from there. I am so tired of the internet it's been pretty true for quite a while, but I don't know, it seems like the last few days we've split again and on everything. We're split over whether or not to wear a mask. That really, it just confuses me. Wear it, don't wear it. I personally wear mine. I think it's important for me to protect other people. I can't really understand. It is inconvenient. Seems to guys a pain in the ass, but I don't want to be political. So here we go. What I'm tired of is this battle between we're all going to starve or we're all going to die. There's obviously some middle ground. So today I just want to have a little bit more fun. Well, thank you very much. So I'm not seeing any questions. So let's go straight to the bad jokes. Is that pneumonia in my lungs? Or did you leave me breathless? You smell so good. Is that Perel you're wearing? Do you need toilet paper? Because I will be your Prince Charming. Please, please, please. Questions. All right, Zig. You had a question you were going to ask yesterday. You want to ask it again? Good morning, Robin. How are you? Oh, you guys are way behind me, aren't you? I forget that. Hey, babe, can I ship you a drink? Well, all right. If bad jokes are good, this is going to be a great show. More bad jokes. All right. Hey, baby, come within 6 feet of here often? See. Did you hear the joke about a germ? Don't worry. I won't wear a mask and I'll spread it around. Where do sick boats go? Well, they go to the dock. Why didn't the sick guy get the flu? It flew over his head. All right, there's my question. Thank God for bailing me out. All right, Zig, you ask about my artwork. Can you get it for customers? I'm going to call you in a bit here, and we're going to talk about that. So absolutely, you can get my work. The best way if you want to order my work is to look on Facebook and find something you like, and then I will absolutely, we can work it out. I do ship. I can print in several different ways. I personally prefer the metal because it's different and unique, and it truly, you get an image that is a one of a kind. It's something that comes directly from me. It has a lot of my, I don't know what you want to call it, my flavor. So it's got some texture, and the resin makes it very interesting. But I can certainly make you a conventional print. I often print on canvas. I like that quite a bit. And then I wrap that around a frame. But if you're someplace where you have access to framing tools, you can do it yourself, which is very, very convenient. It's very easy. I just print it to you. You take it to a frame store or do it yourself and frame it. Zig, you're a woodworker. That might very well be a good idea for you. So, yes, it's absolutely easy to get my artwork. Well, I wouldn't say easy. I try very hard to... I try hard to keep mine unique, and honestly, I don't mind if it's a little difficult for you to find and to get. I don't want my I really don't want my work hanging on the wall of a Target or something like that. I want my stuff to be different. I want the piece on your wall to look different than the piece on your neighbor's wall. There are people who mass produce, and if you want mass production, I make great little coasters. And, well, I don't have any around, so so that's the easiest way. And like I said, you can go to my website, which is davidarday.com, which is cool. Girl in a wet t-shirt contest. All right, here we go. Zig's chiming in with his own. This is not a Corona joke, but I'm going to put it up anyway. So anyway, you can get my work at www.com. You can IM me here on Facebook. My phone number. Good morning, Tina. Tina, bless her heart, just recently bought one of my wrapped canvases, and I delivered it to her father, who lives here. Tina lives in Sacramento, so if it's local, I have no problem with some sort of curbside pickup. My shop is relatively clean, considering who it is. In fact, it's real clean, considering who it is. And I am the only one that ever goes in there, so there's almost no possibility for you to get any sort of infection from my work, because it's basically created by me. And I wasn't tested, but to go in and out of my building, they have to take my temperature, so my temperature's okay. All right, Zig, I hate to do this for the rest of this crowd. You know that you are the only man other than me on this podcast at the moment, so, here you go. Enough of that. Corona jokes, my friend. Corona, not wet t-shirt jokes. All right. Gonna have to go back to this. Do you remember back in the day when you used to cough to cover your farts? Now you fart to cover your coughs. So, I think I'm just going to cut it to run. Anybody else got any? Well, hello, Chris Carlson. How are you? You are a dude, indeed. So, Chris, you got any good Corona jokes? I like that. Oh, here we go. Ooh, look at Denise. Yes. The Corona doesn't take you out. I will. Or can I? There you go. There's a real temptation in my idea to maybe introduce Ziggy and Denise, but I'm afraid Denise would kill him. I'm not sure that poor Zig could handle my friend Denise. I'm just guessing. But, if you guys want to talk a little bit outside, you do have some things in common. And, Denise would be very good for you, Zig. Oh, look at this. This is wonderful. Wow, that's wonderful, Sharon. Thank you. I'm glad you're sharing that. I appreciate that. So one of the good things that happened this weekend is a portion of our Capital City Public Market opened down on 34th Street. I wandered down there, and Chris was there. Chris is the proprietor. Chris sells jalapeno wine. And I know that there's some people up and down this list that are going to go, jalapeno wine. I got to tell you, don't mock it till you try it, because it's really, really fun. All right. Here's a question I can dive into. So, the question B is, how do you know where to search in the desert? This particular herd, the herd that I'm going to show you probably very soon, is the Black Mountain herd. And they are not very far from Murphy. The simple answer is that there are a group of naturalists and photographers, and they go out, and they generally know where they are. I went with a gentleman whose name is Tony Moody. I call him the wild horse whisperer. There's just something about him. He understands their behavior. We found them, and we went and found them a couple of times a month ago. And then we went back with my friend Robert. We could not find him. My wife calls us the League of Extinguished Gentlemen, which I greatly appreciate. So, now with Google Maps, you can tell where the roads are. So 2 days ago, we went out and we just you just kind of got to wander around. It's like looking for old barns or anything else. There is a water trough at the end of one of the BLM roads, and we are kind of thinking that maybe since it's warmed up that they were there, and fortunately they were. And, it means crawling up the sides of some mountains and looking out with your long lenses or a pair of binoculars. And it really does have a lot to do with being calm and understanding their behavior and knowing that, for instance, they're going to look for water. They have allowed the cows onto this ground now, so it's a lot harder because if you look off and see a bunch of little black dots, it's very difficult to know whether they're cows or horses. But in this band, there's a beautiful white bay mare, and she really stands out. So if you see a large white animal, none of these cows are even Holstein, so they're all black. They're very little white. So if you see a white animal off in the distance, you can find them. Hope that answers your question. That's fantastic. I gotta pop this one up. So for some of you who have been on this podcast off and on, you know that one of the big events there is Robert Riddle, one of my friends who went out and found horses with me. One of Amy's, I guess, what would you call it, a ritual, a family tradition? Her husband takes her to the dump on Mother's Day. And he must bring her back because they keep doing that. Amy, I love you. Happy Mother's Day. Hope all is well in your world. So here's Robert telling us where those ponies are. They're 35 miles southwest of Boise. That is really that's a very simplistic way to look at it. It's probably at the end of 10 miles of rough dirt road. So for those of you who live out in if you live in the rural West, if you live anywhere rural, you know that we have a lot of dirt roads, lots of raggedy, beat up roads. It is 35 miles from us, but it's a long ways out there. But Robert drives a standard kind of family-looking station wagon. It is a Subaru, but it's 4 doors, got the little rack on the roof. And I swear to goodness, he follows Tony and I around in our great big Ford and Toyota. Well, neither one of them are particularly big, but in our relatively high up Ford and Toyota pickup trucks, and he drives it like a madman. He's just he's very good on those back roads. So let's pop this one up here. So is that a drug joke? Your truck is loaded? There we go. All right. No, that's not true, Robert. You do stick out in the middle of nowhere. You're taller than a sagebrush. It also helps be going back to the horses that they're big animals, obviously, and in this country, this low sagebrush that so much of the Wild West has, they do stand out. But in this band is probably, what would you say, Robert, 50 head of horses? So they're big, and they do spread out, so they're pretty easy to find. So anybody else got any questions? Yeah, you know what? None of these jokes are worth telling. I thought they were hilarious when I looked at them a couple of days ago, but that's not the case. So I'm going to go straight to the wild Stalions of Idaho. This is the black herd. We've talked a little bit about that. I went out, as I said, with my good friend Robert Riddle, who is on here with us, and with my other crazy friend, Tony Moody. Boy, those two are fun to be around. I'm lucky. We talked about tribe 3 days ago. I have a very good tribe. And when you're out in the middle of nowhere and you're just... you calm yourself and you look at those beautiful stallions, or Robert and I have been many road miles. It's really nice to have somebody who is compatible with you, and I am extremely lucky to have Mr. Robert Riddle as my friend, and Tony Moody also. So let's see what those ponies look like here, folks. Again, these are images that no one else has seen. I've never shown these. I was lucky, really lucky. The animals, these stallions, as you can imagine, fight for seniority, fight for the ability to mate. And It's kind of play fighting, but it's pretty serious. Um, yeah, I don't know where you'd sit, David. By the time we get all Robert's equipment, even though we sometimes have as many as three vehicles, there's not a lot of extra room. So we might be able to figure that out. So these wild stallions, they're out in the. They're generally farther away from civilization than this particular band is, but you just get down and you commune with them. And so, obviously, natural selection is such that the survival of the fittest, the strongest get the mares, and the weakest do not. Well, how do you do that? With the stallions, they battle it out. How fun is that? Look at that beautiful pair of stallions going at it. This gray-brown one that is on the left is close to the patriarch. I'm not sure. There's kind of an interesting structure. There are lots of mares, so there are probably more than one alpha. Somebody did say hair up there. Somebody said my hair looked nice today. You can drink, Denise. I'll drink with you. So these animals, and they get up and they bite and they fight. It's just, it's really, really cool. I hope that Robert got some of that. So this was from the trip we took last week. I said that the camel was the most amazing thing, but when I sat down and actually looked at my images, these are pretty good. So what do you think? Would you like to see one more? And again, these are exclusive. You guys get to see them first. I'm not even sure I'm going to post these. I posted an awful lot of images of wild horses. So to the photographers out there, Robert got some too, so maybe we'll get lucky enough and he'll post some on his Facebook. You might send him a Facebook request. He's a very good photographer. So let's see what else we can do here. Aha! I actually like this one better because it's really got personality. These are, again, this kind of light bay one. He's an ornery shit. He's always nudging people around, rocking and rolling. It's really, really fun to watch them. So, again. Well, guys, 1 week left. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Is there anything that I've covered over the last, 5 weeks? My goodness. Would you like more images? Would you like less images? Would you like me to continue to show you? I've kind of gotten into the habit of showing you one of my favorite images at the end. I appreciate you all being on here, so I think that it's kind of nice that if I give you a little chance to see, because I appreciate your loyalty and all of your friendship that comes along with that. So give me an idea what you would like me to talk about. I am pretty much out of conversations. I'm not getting a lot of stimulus. I'm going out in the middle of the wilderness with a couple old guys to look at ponies. I'm not getting any conversations. So more images, more images, more images. All right, there we go. So maybe I'll shorten the show up to 10 minutes or so, and we'll do more images. I greatly appreciate you. I'm going to take tomorrow off. So I will see you on Tuesday for the last week of Herd Over Coffee. I do this every morning. Well, every morning, but Sunday or Monday. I do it some days occasionally, but I'm pretty good about doing it really close to 9:30. Apparently my phone worked all the way through. No freezes. I appreciate you all. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers out there, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, Zig, I'll do that. I'll absolutely. I need to go to my studio, so I'll call you from there. All right, Zig and I are going to make a deal. He's going to buy some of my artwork, for which I will appreciate him even more than I do already. David Day. Check me out, www.davidrday.com, or find my Facebook feed. I can push the buttons right. I'll be out. Yeah, I'm going to miss the herd, too.